Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today let's talk about the black girl magic sweeping across all pageant systems in the world right now. Do you think this is just going to be a one-time thing, or do you think it's something that will continue to happen in the near future? Well, stick around for my thoughts and insights about this issue. Miss World, the last Alpha 4 pageant to hold its pageant this year, has just concluded with Miss Jamaica winning the title last weekend. Miss Jamaica is the fifth straight black woman to win a major pageant this year after Nia Franklin won Miss America last year, followed by Callie Harris in Miss Teen USA last April, Chesley Chris in Miss USA the month after, and just a week ago, Miss Azonsibini Tunsi from South Africa in Miss Universe. So guys, ano na ba talaga to? White is out, black is in. Ito na ba ang trend sa pageantry nowadays or in the next few years to come? Well, for me, it's not a trend. Kasi, as you have been noticing din as well, black women or women of color have been figuring prominently in pageants like Miss Universe or Miss World. It's just that this is such a huge news or big deal nowadays because all these major pageant systems have been crowning black women or women of color one after the other this year. So anong ibig sabihin nito, guys? For me, it only goes to show that times are changing and so are the beauty ideals that we uphold ever since. Alam ko na beauty pageants have always been criticized for their outdated beauty standards and in many cases outright racism or gender stereotyping. In fact, the Miss America organization scrapped both its swimsuit and evening gown portions of their competition starting last year. And while there have been many black winners in the past, notably Hollywood actress Vanessa Williams, who in 1984 was the first black woman to win Miss America, it has not been pronounced or successful or as successful as this year, where all major pageant systems have crowned black winners or women of color one after the other. So it only goes to show that times are really changing. Yung standard of beauty natin nagbabago na rin, when before we used to associate winnability to a woman who always possesses Barbie doll-like facial features, smooth hair, or even model-like or thin-like bodies or figures. Now, nakikita mo na kung yung mga nananalo lately it could be anyone as long as she has the charm and relatability factor going on for her. So, anong masasabi ko pa about this whole thing happening in the pageant world right now? I really think, alam mo yon, we should really adjust how we assess all these candidates in pageants like Miss Universe and Miss World, kasi now in the days, especially when IMG took over Miss Universe since 4 years ago, they have been championing. It has been really telling us to really not just consider the physical aspect of these candidates, but also their offstage lives or even their backstories or even their accomplishments taken into consideration. So alam mo yun, the approach has now drastically changed. Dapat maging holistic na tayo in how we select our winners in these major pageant systems. Ako kung tutuusin na, to be honest, sasabihin ko talaga sa inyo totoo, ako talaga nabablindside talaga ako sa mga nangyayari lately because let's talk about Miss Universe muna. Alam mo, even way before Miss Universe began this year, alam ko, na-sound off na ako na baka it might be a black winner this year, considering that the venue of this year's pageant is in Tyler Perry Studios, which is owned by an African-American actor. Tapos, yung state where this studio is located is a state that has a huge black population. So, alam mo yun, tapos another fun fact trivia about the Tyler Perry studio is that it used to be an area of black slavery in the past. So for a black winner to be crowned at that exact same venue is really poetic. 'Di ba? Pero ako, hindi ko pinansin 'yon kasi alam ko first and foremost beauty pa rin, beauty, facial beauty pa rin will win at the end of the day because after all, it's still a beauty pageant. Pero kasi iniisip ko it's still going to be a beauty. So iniisip ko Venezuela, the powerhouse countries will still be winning it over. Of course, I still have to consider their credentials as well, yung background nila and credentials. Pero yung mga beauties like nila South Africa, nila Miss Kenya, ni Miss Tanzania, napapansin ko rin naman. Pero hindi ko ganun ina-associate yung winnability nila because feeling ko may mas maganda pang marami pang mas maganda sa kanila sa pageant na yon. Aminin naman natin kasi totoo. So what Zonzibini's win is teaching me is that I should really reassess on how I judge beauty in a pageant like Miss Universe from now on. Hindi na uubra sa atin, hindi na uubra dapat na kailangan facial beauty lang dapat ang magiging primary consideration ko. It really has to be a holistic approach, not only physically but what they do in their communities as well at the same time. Same as sa Miss World. Sa Miss World naman, on point ang pageant nila this year because they have crowned credible winners like Miss Jamaica and even their runner-ups, sina Miss France and Miss India, who have been lording it over in a lot of final leaderboards of these pageant sites online. So, on point sila. I wasn't surprised when Miss Jamaica won because as you can see in her interviews, she really speaks well. She really is a good public speaker. When you hear her talk, talagang mawiwin ka niya over her side. She's very relatable and she encourages women to really go up, not just only women, but the younger generation to go out and reach for their respective dreams just like what she is doing right now in Miss World. So nakita nyo yung ang laki ng pagiging relatable niya kaya siya nananalo. Never mind that a lot of people are saying no, she's not as pretty as her predecessors. Hindi na ganun guys eh. Tsaka alam ko, eto pa ha, si Miss Jamaica, hindi siya nakapasok sa top 10 BWAP top 10 BWAP segment ng Miss World. Kasi usually, di ba, may mga finalists yan. Pero, it still did not stop her from winning. She more than made it up for her beauty, grace, substance, and yung kanyang pagiging relatable. So, alam mo yun, so super. And ito rin guys, si Miss Jamaica, di ba? Kung titignan nyo, if you followed the Miss World pageant this year, she did not possess a huge or strong BWAP for her project, but it still did not stop her from winning altogether. You know, sometimes really luck has something to do with it. Apart from luck, she also more than made it up for her amazing singing talent. She really went Mariah Carey on all of us last weekend. I'm not really surprised. Tsaka wag na tayong magulat na she won for someone who has such huge pipes nanalo ng Miss World. Because kung papansin niyo in recent memory, Julia Morley has been crowning Miss World winners with a lot of talent. Tignan natin si Wen Xiaoyu, di ba? Of China in 2012. She's an opera singer. And then 2013, Megan is a very good host, diba? And then si Stephanie Del Valle from Puerto Rico in 2016 is a singer as well. Actually, nakakwento rin sa akin ni Stephanie when she has been coming back and forth here for the past 3 years na parang may aspiration siya to become to try out in Broadway. So, diba? So, hindi na ako nagugulat na si Jamaica yung nanalo. So, ayun, so tanggapin natin yung resulta wholeheartedly, talagang panahon ng mga women of color this year. And it still remains to be seen kung talagang how these respective wings of these black women will be accepted. Kasi kung tutuusin nyo rin naman, di ba, in the past, Halle Berry won the first African American to win an Oscar, is also doing well in Hollywood. Tapos nagkaroon tayo ng African American president din sa United States. So, magpapahuli pa ba ang mga pageants like Miss Universe and Miss World? Syempre hindi, 'di ba? So, although these major pageant systems have crowned these women of color, a lot of work has to be done, a lot of prejudice, a lot of negative stereotyping have to be overcome. And I really hope and pray that all these women of color that these major pageant systems have crowned will be able to do something remarkable during their respective reign. Kasi lahat ng attention ng mga tao sa buong mundo nakatutok sa kanila because of what is happening. It's really history in the making. And I can't wait for how all these girls will be able to really make a huge impact on all their following, on all the organizations, causes, and projects. Sana ma-utilize talaga to the full potential lalo na sina Sonsi Bini and Tony Ann Singh. It's really a whole new ball game in the pageantry world right now, and we really have to adapt to it. Beauty ideals, the standard of beauty is now evolving. Now, black beauty is in. So, magandang development to sa pageantry world. And kailangan tanggapin natin na talagang universal talaga, Miss Universe nga universal talaga ang beauty. Every year subjective ang beauty standards. So kailangan we have to keep with the times, 'di ba? Hindi lang basta sa height, hindi lang sa skin color, hindi rin sa gender. Lahat, everyone can now be a beauty queen, 'di ba? Yun ang underlying message ng buong nangyayari right now in the pageantry world. Anyone can be a Miss Universe, anyone can be a Miss World, just as long as you have the heart to serve your community more than just being a pretty face. Yun na, dito na tayo nagkakatalo. So what do you guys think about my assessment or my whole take about this very, very hot topic? So talagang black is in na ba talaga? Or do you think it's something that will really continue for the next few years to come? Anyway, if you have any comments, feel free to share your comments down below the comment section and babasahin ko yun. And don't forget to subscribe.